Welcome back to the second quarter of the Bobby Dupre Show, along with my sidekick friend here, Mr. Andrew.
Sidekick, man. I mean,
how are you?
Today.
Happy New Year to all of you.
Wish I had a little noise make I blew the horn.
Yeah, that's right. On Thursday morning, many of you are watching the program, hopefully, and again, maybe it'll be Sunday afternoon. But Happy New Year to you. We're actually taping on Tuesday, the 31st, New Year's Eve, and New Year's Day, of course, everything kind of shuts down.
I hope y'all all ate black-eyed peas and ham and maybe a little cabbage. That's all you and I eat is cabbage because we want good money in the new year. Right?
Yeah, and I had a call early this morning. I would say 6 o'clock this morning. George Richard was calling me from Baton Rouge and wishing me a Happy New Year. And that's the last thing he reminded me to get my black-eyed peas and my cabbage.
Yeah, black-eyed peas, I think, is luck, and cabbage is money.
Okay,
and
good.
They go good together if you get good luck and good money.
And good money. I need to try some of that. And good health. Somewheres in here you want to make sure the health is good because the rest can't hardly be achieved if the health is not good. But anyhow, Happy New Year to all of you, and keep watching. And when you have something of interest or you think it's of interest to us, why don't you call us or email it or text it, whatever you want to do. Contact us. And we don't want to just talk locally. We want to go out. In fact, let's show the pictures of a beautiful decoration of a business right over there in Breaux Bridge, Louisiana. Buck and Johnny's. Mr. Johnny Raymond and Mr. Buck have reconditioned and rejuvenated the old Domingue Chevrolet dealership downtown Breaux Bridge. Just like Bo did here at Bo's Garage and Diner in Opelousas, Louisiana. And they opened within about 3 months of each other. Kind of unusual. 2 Chevrolet dealerships getting some fresh breaths of fresh air.
I saw this photo was taken by LaFleur Fine Photography, and I think they were making a gift of the photograph to send to Mr. Johnny Raymond. Want to wish him a lot of good health in the coming year because he's been in and out of the hospital.
He's had some, but he's a fighter.
Some stents, I think.
He was a fighter in Second World War. Military record is highly decorated, unbelievable.
A Ranger.
And you're not going to find out about it because he's not going to tell you. You have to read about it
in the history books.
In the history books, that's right. Thailand honored him as saving a lot of its citizens. Independent citizens. Anyhow, Mr. Johnny, Miss Courtney, all of you, Happy New Year, and may the health continue good.
And we got some more photos. We got Santa Claus.
Yep, and this Santa Claus has been around my house now for, you couldn't tell me how long it is. David Link couldn't. Ray Bear's not here to, Ray might have gone and picked it up.
He was there one of them first years it got bought, that's right.
Got bought. So whatever it is, we save it and it pops back up. It goes down.
It's a spring-loaded deal.
Spring-loaded deal. And it dances and it sings. And the kids love it, and I kind of like it myself.
All right, let's see. I'm going this way.
And this was a gift from my dear little daughter, Megan, who's been under the weather herself with foot surgery. And this is oysters on the go. And of course, this is locally, I guess, made, but thought of. The idea of this for our area of the South, Stephen Sebastian, one of the Sebastian group, and a very talented family.
All very artistic.
Artistic. And this is what he's doing for a living. Those are oyster shells at the bottom. It's a beautiful...
These things to put up at the house, outdoor kitchen, the camp, whatever you're looking for.
The new boathouse is where this is going.
Very good.
And this is Vicky's little granddaughter, Miss Jenna. Y'all getting to recognize Miss Jenna.
Oh, yeah.
And
new bicycle for Christmas.
She's about 3 years old, and a new bike for Christmas. Santa brought her a bike.
Right.
And she's opening presents, and she got a few. And there's Granny, the proud grandma. Vicky, and
she got a new Toyota.
Yep, in her own house there.
I saw Mr. and Mrs. A.B. Corville Jr. out shopping, and I was teasing him. I think he was trying to pick a present for her, you know, as they were going around. And I said, make sure don't buy a Corolla. I said, make him buy the whole Sequoia. Make him spend some money. So,
go ahead, Janice.
And
Janice does a great job with the Doll Toy Fund each year.
Every year. You got it.
And this is Vicky's son's living room, and I don't know how much Donna, the daughter-in-law, likes it, but the deer heads are up there.
Well, Santa Claus takes a lot of deer to haul the sled, so they got all the heads.
you can see he's been a very successful young hunter, and he's got a bunch that he hasn't mounted yet. They're very expensive to mount.
Right. Well, see, there's a problem. There's a gap right there. He needs to kill one more.
Well, no, right across the next picture.
Oh, there it is.
There it is, right there. Hadn't jumped up on that side of the wall yet. Beautiful. Just look at this, guys.
As a kid, we'd go to Point Blue, to Mr. Corville down in Point Blue, who was a very good taxidermist. I don't know if he still does all that or not. Our friend Martha Corville that works over at Dupree Carrier.
That's correct. Taylor now.
Taylor, right, married to Gumbo. That's right.
Married Gumbo Taylor. From Washington. And Italy meets the South, and of course that's Joy. I've shown you pictures of Joy. This is an ad advertising inside of the
Cypress Mill Italian Steakhouse.
That's correct.
Joy DeFazio.
That's inside the Magnolia Bluffs Casino. Ate Christmas Day there. One of the few places open in Natchez, Mississippi. And there's the tugboats. They travel day and night, holidays. They on the river, and the Mississippi River is a huge asset, that the mouth of the Mississippi River, huge asset for Louisiana and all of us.
I went to Baton Rouge for the LSU basketball game recently, and just to see that Dreyfus grain elevator pouring all that grain into those deep sea ships, bringing that all over the world, it's amazing, and those barges are bringing all that stuff down.
And they bring it down, and they bring products up. And this is a big buck ranch that is up for sale, and any of you that's looking for a real fine place, it's got 2 lodges that go with it. There's 300 acres, and that's
on the Vidalia side?
The Vidalia, correct. And that's the road from Simsport up to, well, we'll say Simsport, up to Vidalia, and then across the river to Natchez. But and then another big place, Black Hawk Plantation. And this is, I don't know if this is just the lodge for sale or all of the land for sale. But that's a huge place. It's several miles on the highway frontage. And I'm sure they have got good. And
y'all at UPS, it looks like.
UPS.
What can Brown do for you?
That's correct. And we went to pick up the iPad that was given to me as a Christmas gift. This is the 26th. It came in a day late, but we didn't get all excited because kind of the fun of it was tracking it. That's
on the internet.
Word.
You track it on the internet.
Internet on her cell phone. And it started, was partially made in
Texas, Fort Worth?
China.
And
it went to 2 places or 3 places in China, and then it went to Korea.
You don't remember the names of the towns? They're a little hard to pronounce.
A little harder than the French names, I'll tell you. And then
they went to Korea from there.
Korea. Then it went to Alaska. Then it
making the circle.
Then it came on down to Kentucky. From Kentucky, it went to Charlotte, North Carolina.
No kidding.
North Carolina, it came to Lafayette, and Lafayette, we happened to be there when it arrived.
2 weeks to get here that far?
It was, we received it on the 26th, and it was shipped on the 23rd. 3
days around the world.
And could we be fussing? Of course not. You know, but then I guess if it's a kid's gift, might be a little different. But they just got swamped.
It's almost like a kid that got one.
A kid for that? That's correct.
Yeah.
That's Ben on the right, and the young lady, it could be Teresa, I'm not sure, but she's a school teacher, and she double dips. She works at least 2 jobs, maybe a third one. And Sam George, you remember Sam George?
Well, sure, the football player.
Football player, OHS quarterback, then Southern had a good record.
Correct.
Fine young fella. He was working there also. He works there part-time.
You make good money at UPS. They pay the people well.
They pay well.
So did she engrave it? You can get those things engraved.
Well, how you know she did? You probably had something to do with that.
When you buy them and it's Christmas time, they almost always get them engraved. So what did she put? Was it romantic? Was it?
Bobby, here it is.
That's what it said?
I forgot.
You don't remember?
Don't put me on the spot. Now, you knew I didn't remember.
Well, how about, did it say anything about the horse racing? I think it said,
y'all
enjoyed the horse racing on it.
Yeah.
It was her idea. It was her idea. I heard what she was working on.
Okay, all right. Well, it's on. That's what it is.
Well, good. And that's what you do. You watch the horse races, the feed that they have, and you can watch any horse race around the world with your account on the iPad. That's slick.
That's slick. And this is, we needed a picture made, and my little buddy, Chad, we found another picture that we wanted to make. And we stopped in at the Walgreen at the corner of Pinhook and Kali Saloon. Went in there. The young lady in charge, we'll show a picture in a minute, but this young lady here was on the next, we were on the right. We used the photo machine on the right. This young lady here says, I heard Opelousas. I said, yes, I'm from Opelousas. She says, well, I have relatives in Opelousas. I said, really? She says, my aunt is married to Alex Andrus. I said, yeah. She said, Stick.
That's correct.
I said, yep. She says, Aunt Connie is my mama's sister. So, and she says, by the way, remind Stick that I'm his godchild. So Stick, if you're watching the program, or maybe I know a person that's probably watching it, and they're probably in, well, they may be, Thursday morning, they may be on the way home, or maybe they came back yesterday, and I'm talking about Babs and Jim Lopez. And of course, Jim and Stick work together at the same law office. So anyhow, this young lady was real friendly, and the young lady coming up is the manager of that department. Very helpful. She came and walked us right through what we wanted to get done.
Okay, I got to hit a couple sponsors here real quick while we're at it. Let's go with Dixie Storage. You know, I saw a picture of Joey Doucette. He was not duck hunting like he normally does. You know, this time of the year, he's serious about duck hunting. But he was at Duck Commanders. They were buying some duck calls. You know the big Duck Commanders on TV? You know, they were up in North Louisiana buying some duck calls. So he says, here I am buying duck calls. The people that own the place, they're out duck hunting. I should be duck hunting too. So good morning, Joey. But if you want any kind of storage, personal, commercial, climate control, not climate control, well lit, well secured, Dixie Storage has units in Port Barry, Opelousas, and Washington. Railroad spur access. They do warehouse inventory control for you as well. If you need a little bitty warehouse, a big warehouse. If you're looking for something in this area and you don't know if there's anything that fits, they got property, they got access, they build buildings, they pour a lot of concrete. They can do it quick for you. You know of anybody else that had that program ended by the A&E? A&E. You know of any other one that was ended and within 10 days it was reinstated? Duck Dynasty, you know? Duck Dynasty. They really... The boys are popular. Boy, people really got upset with it, and he was not, he didn't view, his views were not on that programming to start with. It was just some interview with some magazine and a guy picking to try to get, and he said afterwards, he says, I probably spoke harshly. I didn't say it as elegantly as I should have said it, but I said what I think. And you agree, you don't agree, whatever. But in the end, people like them. They like them. Yeah, they like them, and they're back on, and they never were off. Right. They were just not going to use him in the future to tape some new ones. Right. But then they were saying that. Everybody feels that. We got to take a break, 1 minute break. Oh, you don't have time? I don't have time. We'll see you on the other side of one.